the smoke-filled clouds of the 303, all the way down to the 505. This is the Dro Bro Show with Remo Vinci, Grimex, and Soul Doja. Yeah, the Dro Bro Show. Man, shit.
Shit.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Vicious, Remo Vinci, and we are back with episode 12 of the Dro Bro Show. And as always, I'm here with my fellow Dro Bros, Grimex and Soul Doja. Say what's up, fellas.
What up, everybody? Back in it for another.
How's it going, guys?
And today, not only do we have an awesome comparison breakdown for y'all, but we also have a special guest. Grim, why don't you introduce everybody to our special guest today?
We got Raymond Aces, who does a stand-up comedy, and I gave him a shout-out on our last episode down there on 3333 Curtis for the, isn't it the Hangover comedy?
No, it was actually the Cinco de Mayo comedy jam over there at the Humor Underground, 3333 Curtis Street, down there in 5 Points, in a very well-lit, gentrified neighborhood.
Hell yeah. Well, everybody,
you can find all kinds of drugs. Find all kinds of drugs from your local white dealer.
Well, welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing today?
I'm fantastic, man. Just rolling up a blunt, getting ready to get it started. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Well, welcome to the Dro Bro Show.
Fuck yeah.
How long you been doing comedy?
I'm doing comedy. Well, I've been funny all my life, but as for stand-up, I've been doing stand-up about 4.5 years now. Or no, not 4.5, 5.5 years now.
5.5 years. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool. I've always been a big comedy dude myself. That was always a love of mine ever since I was young too. So that's cool to see somebody jumping into that.
Especially like
got molested too.
Especially stand-up, you know? Stand-ups, I like the raw stand-up comedy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's usually how I masturbate too, standing up.
So you know of Primos, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're aware of Primos, our homeboys over there with our wrestling promotion. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. I know about Primos. I've been to a few shows. I used to date this veteran chick that used to get tickets all the time, so we used to go down there all the time.
Oh yeah, well, cool, man. It's cool to see some fellow wrestling fans too. Bless you,
yeah,
Doja.
man. Big time.
Yeah.
Well, today is our comparison movie episode for the month. And Doja, why don't you let them know what movie we're doing?
So we are comparing the Roadhouse movies. A new one recently came out with some new actors and stuff, and we wanted to check out the original because, you know, we all been about the original forever, so we wanted to compare them and see who what liked about the new one and the old one, feels good or not, or what everybody thinks and what we think.
Hell yeah.
So
Grant, why don't you go ahead and cover the specifics of it all?
First I'd like to say that the one that I felt like did it better is the Family Guy. Basically summed up Roadhouse pretty good. Where he says that
I've heard about this twice today from people at work. They brought up the Family Guy. Now I haven't watched it. I'm gonna have to check this shit out. What do they obviously do a parody of it, right?
So he basically, because he watches Roadhouse, and in the movie Patrick Swayze, he does a lot of kicks. So because of that, he thinks that all world's problems can be solved by kicking something, right? So
Roadhouse.
And then he kicks you in the face, and he's basically like Roadhouse.
I think I can see the point there, you know.
Is it Peter Griffin that's doing it, or who is
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Oh shit, I could already see it.
So okay, so my view on it is obviously the original, it's a B movie. So what made it good was the charm of Sam Elliott, Patrick Swayze. You know, this movie, for obvious reasons, and spoiler alert, it leaves out the Sam Elliott character, which wasn't really needed.
Delane, what fucking spoiler alert? This shit was made in '88. If you haven't fucking seen it by now, motherfucker, you done spoiled the milk. This has been fucking spoiled, bro.
So
Good point.
basically a guy that's a bouncer that without social media or anything, fucking everybody seems to know him. They call him Dalton. They've all heard of him. They're like, oh, that's Dalton. But they all make the comment on how they thought he was bigger. And he's more this like Zen Buddhist guy who whips people's butts basically and tells them to do it in a nice way. You know, you're gonna ask him to leave, ask him nicely. Type of guy who gets involved with some villains because they come at the Roadhouse, and he meets a doctor because he ends up taking some of the guys to the hospital. So he meets a doctor that becomes the love interest. There's a woman in it who hangs around. Well, in the original, it was two different people. Yeah. So I think in the new one, didn't they make it the same person?
Oh, they're trans?
No, hold on a second. Say that one more time. Are you saying the nurse or doctor or whatever and the love interest are not the same person in the first one?
No, I'm saying the second one, I think they combined the girl who's with the bad guys and the doctor as the same character.
I see. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. I fucking watched that second one today for the first time a couple hours ago. And bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like I was kind of sad about it. Like it was hard to get into for me. You know what I'm saying? And fucking,
How
I
much
kind of fell
cocaine did you
asleep towards
partake
the
in
end.
before you did this?
What's that?
How much cocaine did you partake in before you did this?
Shit, I don't fuck with that shit. So it wasn't a lot.
And that's why you couldn't get into it, bro.
See, I know. Next time I'll be better prepared. Anyway, fucking, the old school, bro. Fucking, I felt like right from the get, like you could already just the comparison right off the bat when you first get introduced to Dalton, right? Like in the fucking old school, like there's this mysticism about him, dog. You know what I mean? Like he's got this whole reputation or whatever, right? And that whole thing about I thought you were bigger, that shit is a cool ass thread that carries on through the movie, bro. And I like that shit. I was looking for something like that in the second one. I was looking for something that they would kind of use to take the place of that. And I'm sad that they didn't, because I thought that was a cool touch.
It's basically him trying to go at it where he gets himself killed, right? He's basically wanting to meet his end. He hates his life so much that he lets that freaking dude stab him, right, for being a hater. And you know, he beats the dude to death in UFC. Basically, is why he doesn't have a career anymore.
Are we do, so now we're going on the new one, right? I know more about the new one than I do the old one. The old one, I've only seen clips and Family Guy, to tell you the fucking truth. So, what are we breaking down right now? Are we doing the new one or are we doing the
Honestly, I think we're kind of just going back and forth comparison-wise. I mean, there's not really a fire that
right now.
But
I'm just making the point that all the times that he wanted to die in the movie, basically, like with the crocodile that they warned him about and everything.
So did the Dalton? So the guy's name in both movies is Dalton, right? That's the main character.
Yeah, you get a first and a last name in the new one, but in the old one it's just Dalton.
Just Dalton, right? Mystery, mysticism, fucking. Was it Patrick Swayze, right?
Yep.
And Patrick Swayze's too damn cool, bro. Like right off the bat, dog. Just the comparison between Jake and Patrick, man. Like Jake can't even hold a candle to him, if you ask me. Now, obviously, dude got ripped, dude got cut up for the role. You know, dude. You know, he did.
Swayze didn't have the steroids we have nowadays, bro.
Bro, dude, I've been saying that from the get, and then and they do ab injections and they do all kinds of shit. Like they don't put in the work for that nowadays.
They got.
Patrick
They
Swayze was
only had
actually
like anabolic steroids that were made in like some dude's kitchen back then. Now it's like scientifical shit, bro. You saw Connor fucking roided out of his mind, bro.
But Swayze was legit though. Like Swayze was a legit martial artist. His mom was a dancer. All
I
this.
don't know the backgrounds or the real information on this. I gotta do my Google. But I don't think Patrick Swayze was no real martial artist, bro. You guys see,
like,
they gave you niggas fucking Chuck Norris, and you white people just went fucking crazy. You need to chill. You guys got Jason Statham. Take it easy.
oh yeah, he
He's
legit,
British.
bro. He was into
Okay.
something. You know, he wasn't like some fucking tournament master, but he was into something.
He wasn't
he had a-
Jean Claude Van Damme.
I feel like okay, like Jake Gyllenhaal, he did a good job as far as his charm and stuff. He doesn't have the charm Patrick Swayze does, but he had the wittiness. But the scenes with like the doctor and stuff, they were very hard to get through because those ones were uncomfortable. It seemed like they had to do reshoots on the lines and the sound just sounded weird. Everything just seemed real awkward in those scenes. There wasn't like a real connection.
Man,
Him
Jake Gyllenhaal looked like he had fucking autism, dude.
I don't feel him as a character was the problem with the movie. I feel like the biggest part, like, look, I think the original was way better for the fact that it had the charm. This new one, it didn't know what it was trying to do in the beginning. Then it basically tries to copy the original scene for scene and make it a parody of the original, basically.
That's what my girl kept saying, bro, while we were watching it, that it felt like it was because of the goofiness of it all, too. Like it made it feel like it was more of a parody of the first one than anything else. And that's just
I
what.
loved it. I loved it. I watched that shit like 3 times. I loved it.
I like I agree with you. I like the action in the new ones, the fighting scenes. I like Conor McGregor. He's fucking hilarious and like he plays a good part in there, like a
He
good
played
villain.
it perfect, bro.
And like he like played himself, you know.
Yeah.
What else do you need? You don't want him to be anything else than what he is. Fucking coked up, roided up, fucking MMA fighter. Well, the only one difference in this is he's a criminal, which he probably used to be. He's Irish.
Hey, to get back to that first one for a second, and when you first get introduced into Dalton, did y'all recognize the band that was playing in that first joint that he was working at? No. So they're the same fucking band that's in From Dusk Till Dawn that turned into the vampires later.
No way.
Oh,
It's not the Mexican, is it?
Yeah, it is. And the lead singer is the same guy from Desperado 2. And there's another callback to Desperado 2 a little bit later on in the second movie.
Oh, that's funny.
Huh. Yeah, you know me.
Marijuana.
Yeah, that's my shit, bro. And fucking
we gotta do a Dusk Till Dawn one of these days. I love From Dusk Till Dawn, man. That motherfucker cold, man.
I love that
movie you can break down.
I never saw none of the corny ass sequels, but that first one was a classic, bro.
Fuck yeah.
You like pussy, stinky pussy, hairy pussy, your nana's pussy. We got it all.
Hey, I seen this meme where they were like Quentin Tarantino was a genius because he got to suck on Salma Hayek's toes in that scene, and he's like, "Fuck, no one ain't getting this role. This is my role, my scene. Fuck that."
I wonder how many takes it took.
Oh right. Oh yeah. I didn't pour in right.
I didn't get it right.
Yeah.
I didn't suck on the toes.
Oh no, your feet don't taste dirty, Sama. They just taste like heaven.
Somebody get me some toes.
So I'm looking at his biography, Patrick Swayze, and it said that he concurrently practiced wushu, taekwondo, and aikido.
I told you.
Not bad. Did he ever do any competition?
No, I don't think he was a competitive fighter. No.
No, he just did it.
He studied him.
Yeah.
All right. He did it for.
He used some of it in that last show he was in, or whatever. That
Okay,
Beast,
okay.
but in the Beast,
I have no idea what his. I think the last shit I remember him doing,
detective show.
bro.
When I was a kid, I used to
I don't
think that
remember that.
the Roadhouse movie was called Roundhouse. Because they said he does like an immaculate roundhouse kick or some shit, right?
Oh, okay.
I
You
thought
know, he,
as a kid, that's all I remember. It. I don't know why I called it roundhouse, but
that's just how you identified it. That's cool.
that's what it is nowadays. You have to identify with what you identify with, bro.
That's what it's about. Hey,
But
to get back to those bands though for a second, bro. That's one of the things about that first movie, bro, that I think just puts it like head and shoulders above the new one is the music in it. And that house band, bro, the Jeff Healey band with homeboy the blind dude that played the guitar in his lap and shit. That dude was amazing, bro. He was a badass guitarist. You know what I'm saying? His real music is fucking amazing.
Hey, was he related to Stevie Wonder?
I I don't know.
Isn't Stevie Wonder the other blind guy?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. They do the blind man trio
Yeah.
with fucking Ray Charles.
How
so
would
in
you
the
guys
original,
rate?
Oh, that's what I
How,
meant. Ray Charles. Mhm.
how would you
Those
guys
he
rate
was
the
blind.
action on? How would you guys rate the difference in the action from 1 to 2?
The second one, obviously, you have the benefit of CGI and all the fucking different new choreography tricks and shit like that, right? But the first one, I felt like was more true to what a real bar fight would look like. You know what I'm saying? And also a quick shout out to Terry Funk in that first one too, for kicking
Oh,
ass for those fellow wrestling buffs, wrestling fans here.
rest in peace to Terry Funk.
Yeah, yeah, we just lost him. That's right.
Big rest in peace to Terry Funk.
yeah.
Hey,
I,
So
Remo, you said it looked like a real bar fight. Is that because have you ever been in one of those bar fights?
unfortunately, I've had to partake in a time
He's
or
been
two.
in gang fights.
I've been known to be
Oh,
around something that happened like that.
Remember the
oh.
Twin Towers one?
You talking about this fool had to fight the dead? He's fucking Uncle Fester. Chingo.
7, I'd say on both of them, I'd give them equally.
I've
7.
never been in a bar fight like that. I don't ever think I've been in a bar fight in my life. I've gotten in a fight at a bar. I have never been in a full out like bar fight. Like I don't know if anybody has ever been in a
Dude,
full out brawl. Like
me,
and
fuck,
imagine getting a stool broken over your back.
dude, that happened
we
to me.
had a homeboy that was tossing fools in the cars in the parking lot one time. It was crazy. It was a crazy
You
shit.
ever like full out like one guy punches another guy and then that guy punches another guy and it just starts everybody fighting. Have you ever been
I,
in a fight like that at the bar?
yeah, I have on
Really?
the yeah on the
I've never.
that happened to me. Most recent one was with my homeboys Swerve and Gene, and we were on the fucking rooftop downtown, and we literally had to back shoulder to shoulder because everybody was brawling so bad. And we just had bottles and we were knocking fools down that would get close to us because we weren't trying to get pushed back off the
I,
roof.
that's why I don't be finding myself in those types of environments with those types of people.
Yeah,
When I
yeah.
let those
But
those days
it
go, I
was
let
just
ball
like
go. Hell with that. I would have walked away like, sir, I am not involved in this. I'm sorry.
no,
If you touch
it
me,
was be
there's a lawsuit.
yeah, nah, it was between these two other people, but we were just trying to watch our own asses. We were just like trying to not fly off the roof.
I feel you. I hang out at this bar called Hangover where things like that happen. Well, I guess you could say, but I've never been in the fight per se. I've seen it, I guess you could say. But I ain't never been in it. I'm in the corner laughing. That'd be funny
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Have you? You can feel the rise in the energy too in the room, right? Have you ever like? Well, you've been in it obviously. Have you ever like? There's a smell in the air when violence is about to erupt in a room like that. You know what I mean?
It's like you know how we give off pheromones or whatever they say. I bet you there's something like that about it, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Probably, huh? You give off like
Fuck.
some defense pheromones.
Your eyes get big. Start fucking ooh ooh and ah and like fucking Planet of the Apes and shit. Fucking ooh ooh. Oh, this shit just started getting crazy. So what's the next subject on the matter at hand?
Well, I think that's
Oh,
a good point to get into our Drummond of the week. What did you roll up there, my brother? Yes, sir.
this.
Yeah, it's almost gone there. I wanted to get it before you killed it all. What strain was that?
What was it? Fucking one of them. Well, I put like different ones. It was like a mixture because you guys were getting funky. So I put in some. I put in some hellbilly. There's hellbilly right here. And then what I picked up earlier this week, what was this one? Jelly pie. I got some jelly pie.
Jelly
From,
pie.
Yeah, from a cut above, right there on Broadway. Nice little
I heard of a
spot.
cut above. Oh yeah, shout out to Cut Above. What you fucking with this week, Grim?
Papaya Dream and that apricot. I can't remember if it's Haze or Dream on the flower.
Doge, look
Oh,
at you smiling already, Kenny.
I'm fucking with. Nah, I'm fucking with my uncle Rick stuff. Uncle Ricky Sneakies.
Ricky Stanickies.
And this fucking this stuff right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I used to be a wild dabber. Not anymore. But it's some good shit. I have so many rigs.
Yeah.
Are you a high temp guy or a low temp guy?
I don't know. I don't know. I just barely started getting back into dabs, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's cheaper down here.
And where
Hell
you
yeah.
at?
Huh?
Where's you at? Like where are you partaking place?
I'm in New Mexico. I'm in New Mexico. I'm in a town called Truth or Consequences.
Oh,
Okay.
God bless you.
But have you ever been to this shithole?
No, I passed by like what is it, Santa Fe and Berkeley, but that's it. I've only been to Burke, and Burke is you can feel. I know people from Burke, and I've met people that moved to Burke, and they all say the same shit. Well, the people from Burke, as you know, they're a little different. They're a little different. They like if they're not on drugs, they could like seem like they're on drugs because they're like, I see spirits. And you're like, oh shit, really? And then they be saying shit that kind of makes you believe they really believe they can see spirits. And you be like, oh shit. They'd be like, where you from? Mexico. Chingo. You know, Mexico is different. It's different out there. What is there to do in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico?
What's there to do?
Yeah, what is there to do?
Nothing. Drugs.
Nothing. I'm fucked up, man. Oh, damn.
With that being I got some butternut, some cereal.
Butternuts. I like that one.
Take this hit or what?
Oh fuck!
Get your shit together, Doja. Get your shit together.
I'm not even ready yet.
Butternuts, like on Half Baked.
Oh, that's what that's from?
This one's called butter mince, but yeah.
Oh.
It made me think of the same thing. Butternuts. There's this other one that's fucking better though, bro. I got this shit and it's cool, but I rolled a couple other ones up of this other strain. I got
I'm ready.
Amazing. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Well, here's to you.
Drummond of the week.
Oh, I can let me grab the ball.
Hell yeah.
About that nectar collector.
All right. And that been our Drummond of the week.
that Electric Nectar was cool. I went to see my cousin in Tucson, and he owns a smoke shop. So if you guys are ever out there, I'll send you over there. And he gave me a fucking fat discount, hooked me up, and I got
Nice.
and that shit works pretty. It's pretty convenient.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. So,
Where were we?
I asked about the action.
7. I said 7 because look on the
7
new
out of
one.
10.
It's cool. Yeah, out of 10. So I gave them 7s because in the new one, it's a lot of slowed down footage, right? Where it's like zooming around and things like that. Which I mean, it's a cool effect, but I don't feel like it feels real. And then in the original, again, it's not like it feels real either. Like Raymond's brought up that it's not really like a real bar fight, but at the same time, I mean, it was a B movie and then a remake of a B movie. So
yeah, I disagree a little bit. I thought they looked a little bit more true to form, both of them in their own ways. I would give it a little bit higher than a 7. I think I would probably go 8.5 on the original and maybe an 8 on the remake. And I feel like maybe I'm being a little bit generous, but I feel kind of generous today, so fuck it.
Oh, kind of you.
Thank you.
I'd say like a 5 and a 5.
Damn, 5 and a 5. You didn't even like this shit up, motherfucker.
I'm a real martial artist fan. I be watching Enter the Dragon and shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Fuck that.
I was gonna say, after Bruce Lee and Ong Remo, I'm shocked that you rated him higher.
Say that one more time.
I said after like Bruce and Ong Bak and things like that, I'm shocked that you rated it that high.
That's a different. That's a different type of rating, action rifle. That's like they were. This wasn't like a martial arts movie to put on the I guess the rating of Ong Bak. Ong Bak is a straight out Muay Thai. You know what you're getting into. This one
Exactly.
is like this isn't nothing that where you're like, oh, I'm gonna see kung fu. When they busted out like styles and he was naming styles as in like kung fu for the new one, like I said, I can only rate the first one so much because I've only seen like maybe half of it and just clips and shit throughout the years of watching it on Channel 7 or some shit. So can't really give a deep dive on it like that. But as for the new one, who expected it to be what it came out to be? The motherfucker busted out some shit, and dude was like, "Oh shit, that's the crane style." And I was like, "What the fuck? Where the fuck did the crane style come out of the shit?" Motherfucker gets stabbed in the gut and just has a knife in him for like a whole half hour in a place where if you get stabbed, you might die. You not even might. You will die. And the motherfucker just had it in his gut and shit, walking around like, "Yeah." I pull it
It's
out, it's gonna bleed out, and he's like, "Oh," and he just pulls it out, wraps his fucking shit. I'm like,
it's it's because he has those ab muscles, so when you get stabbed, it don't affect you.
ah, fuck that dog. That son just had a Rambo knife in his joint. That fool had Rambo's knife in his fucking joint, dog, in between his ribs, like right here, dog. I said, shit, that would have fucking hurt. And then he would like fought. Imagine having a cold, not even cold, a warm piece of steel because it's in your body now, part of you. And you're just like fucking wow, doing crane style shit. And I love kung fu movies. You know what I mean? I love kung fu, like Wu Tang all day. So I love that shit. So when they busted that shit out, that shit was awesome. That shit was fucking awesome. I knew it was bullshit, but you know what you're getting into with this, like fucking bullshit. Like who the fuck is gonna throw a fucking boat through a fucking bar? But it was awesome.
See, that's my point. Thank you for saying that, because that's my point. You asked me to rate the action, not necessarily the martial arts of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that
So
goes into the action. That goes into
it's
the
part
action
of the
because you
action,
threw
but
the dude
that's
through a
not all there
bar.
is. Because, like you said, you brought up the boat in the second one, and in the first one, they got fucking monster trucks and shit, and they're running the motherfuckers over and shit. That's tight, bro. Shit, I like that.
Then he was fucking smashing dude's head in the fucking door. That's action. Like that's wild crazy. Imagine getting your head smashed through a door and having the muscle enough to withstand like 4 of them joints and still whoop ass. That's action. That's emotion. That's love.
No doubt.
I gave
So
the
what?
action. I gave the action I give it an 8 and an 8 on both.
8 and 8 on both.
Yeah, from what I've seen, but the old one is old school action. They had to work with what they work with. It's like fucking Steven Seagal. If I watch Mark for Death, that shit gets a 10 for me, and all that motherfucker did was break some roster's neck. But it was awesome. Have you ever seen Mark for Death? Great.
I love that one with the twin rosters. That's my
Scroofius. You don't know no Scroofius. But anyway, yeah.
screw
I gave it an
face.
8 and 8. I gave it 8 and 8 for both. All
See,
right. Say if I ever get on the
seven.
podcast again, I'll rewatch the original and give my updated critique then. But as for now, 8 and 8. As for like the second one though, the second one they overdid it a little bit with fucking boat flying in the joint. I didn't need that, but I was high as hell and it was funny as fuck at the moment. So why not? Right?
So it worked for you. Hell yeah.
I just
What
feel
did
like they could have done some of like the full contact, you know, not extreme full contact, but like how they did it for Tony Jaa and how Bruce Lee did it, where you have trained teams who could take the hits just like you're practicing martial arts or wrestling. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal's been in enough physical movies that I'm sure that he'd be down. You had Conor McGregor in it, right? They're actually in a UFC ring in the flashback scenes and stuff. So, I mean,
They're not gonna hit each other for real, dog.
no,
They're
it
not
doesn't
gonna
have to
do that.
be as hard. You know, full contact is just that they make contact. So when the camera sees it, then it looks realer than when you're just trying to make it from an angle, you know, where you like hit an inch away, but the camera angle makes it look like you just decked the hell out of this dude.
I feel like those
Sure,
fight
yeah.
teams take a while to develop that kind of chemistry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
got CGI now. They got CGI now. They're like, oh, we can do it on computer. And it was awesome. CGI is getting, you know, you could tell what was fucked up, but it was alright, I guess. It was, you need to get high. Ladies and Gentiles, get high and watch this one.
Yeah.
That's what we're all telling you. Just get really, really fucking stoned and watch both of them. And, you know, see what's up. Because
No,
I
for what
was
they
really
are,
high.
they're both good. It's just they're not gonna be your top movies of any genre. They're good for what they are.
What did you guys think about the villains?
See, that's where I think that they fucked up with Connor because by having that other douche in the first, right, the rich boy, and then he just basically vanishes from the scene when Connor comes on the scene, right? It kind of takes away from him as the bad guy because you
I
had this
thought,
guy.
yeah, I thought they were kind of like in on it together. Like, you know, when I saw previews and shit like that, you know, I thought he was part of it or whatever. But then to see it play out and to see how Connor's from like the dad, right? He's
Hmm.
like the dad henchman or some shit like that. Then it kind of changes things a little bit, and it did take the heat off of the other dude, you know, and it kind of made the other dude, his character, kind of fell down a little bit, you know what I mean? And it wasn't as strong anymore. So that was some continuity issues right there for sure. What y'all think of Connor's like acting chops? You know, I thought he was like a scene stealer. You know what I mean? Connor just looked fucking like a star the whole time. Like you just had to keep watching him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was funny.
He was funny. He was funny,
Oh,
and I
man.
liked the dialogue.
He was,
Like I,
and he knew how to be funny in the parts where, like, you needed to be funny.
like like I felt like like he was like kind of true to like how he really is too. Like, cause I watched a lot of his documentaries and shit, and like it was just funny seeing him on the screen and like some of the shit he would say, and I could just picture him like being like that in real life, you know, like how he was and shit. But
Well,
yeah, I thought his character was tight.
it was
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts.
an extreme caricature of himself. So he's like
Yeah.
an exaggerated version of himself.
Yeah.
We did. I liked it. So got to mention too the Post Malone cameo.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Uh,
liked it. I
Thank
liked
you.
it. I
Thank you
liked
for
it.
reminding me. What did y'all
I
think
liked it.
about that?
I liked it. It was funny.
Yeah,
I liked
Yeah.
it, but I thought he looked terrible, bro. I'm like,
He looked
come on,
terrible. He looked terrible. But he looked like a bar fighter, like
Yeah.
yeah, he
what
did.
a bar fighter would
But
be.
that's how he looks like in real life.
For sure. Sloppy ass food. Just fucking
Sloppy, sloppy.
sloppy. But that sloppy ass food's a fucking multi-millionaire and
Yeah,
makes beautiful music, dog.
Yeah, and his acting was pretty good too. I thought, he was only in it for a little bit, but I thought his acting chops were pretty good too.
Nah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I can't, like I said, I can't judge too much on the old one, but the old one actually had somewhat of. How was Terry Funk? I didn't, I've only seen the fighting clips with him in it, but like,
His
what?
acting
How was?
dope too, bro. He had a couple good scene stealing lines. You know what I mean? He showed some heart in it too. I thought, a little bit. Like it showed some good villain chops from him. Because Terry Hart that we knew that we grew up with is a little bit more goofy, a little bit crazy old man shit. You know what I mean? So to see him younger and to see him kind of like tough guy shit, that was pretty cool. I thought, it worked for me.
Drunk Terry Flunk. That's how I remember him from that freaking Stranglemania.
Yeah, I remember that too. Fucking I was gonna ask y'all something else too about the fucking about the other villain.
the son?
In the old one, the Brad Wesley character, he's got that dude. I don't see his name right here on my thing. You might be able to pull it up, Grim. I think his name's like Tom McCullahan or some shit like that. But that dude was a legit martial artist, and I thought he had the good facials for it too, bro. I thought he would have been a good villain in other flicks too, but I don't think he really did anything else. I think this Roadhouse was like his one claim to fame.
I don't know.
He did pretty good in that too.
It's just showing like the main cast, and when I clicked show more, it shows exactly the same.
Yeah, I can't even remember his name in it either. I had it pulled up a minute ago. Let me see. But either way, what did y'all think of some of the supporting on the first one, like Sam Elliott? Because you brought him up earlier, Grim. Sam Elliott on the first one, and how the second one kind of lacked a character like that. Now, honestly, I think it could have used something like that, for Jake, because Jake was almost like a lone wolf in the whole world. When in the first one, it was almost like Patrick Swayze's character, the Dalton character, and then the Sam Elliott. What was his name in the first one? I can't
Wade
remember what it was. What was it?
Wade Garrett.
Yeah, Wade Garrett. It was like they came from the same world, like they were a pack. You know what I mean? From
Well, he
before.
was mentor, I thought, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
it was a mentor.
But okay. So look, that's what I said about the charm. I felt like those two together and their whole like nature together. It was more charming, right? That's where
Yeah,
like, in the new one, but I felt like in the new one you could have went one or two ways, right? You could either be serious making this movie and make it a serious movie like they tried to start out with, where their Dalton was this UFC fighter who went through all this crap. He's at the end point of his life where he just wants to not exist anymore, basically, right? He wants to get into whatever he has to put him to that point. And like a final hurrah. Then they change it up and they basically try to copy the original, making a parody of it, right? So you could have done like 21 Jump Street, where it was a comedy based off of this B movie and made it a really good comedy, or you could have went a real serious route, but then they tried to do both. And I feel like that's what hurt the new one in the
yeah,
story. And
yeah. I think the comedy is something that they felt like was endearing to it, but I think it kind of hurt it more than anything. But at the same time, it's its own movie. It stands on its own. You know what I mean? When you're not comparing the two, it stands on its own and it's okay, and the comedy's all right. But when you're comparing the two, the comedy being so much more so in the second one than in the first, it just kind of takes away from it. What do y'all think?
I thought it was great. I thought they dug into the funny fully. I thought the hospital bit when he beats all their asses and he I don't remember. I'm gonna share it up, but whatever he said about it's 25 miles away or whatever, 25 minutes away, and the way he called it back was funny as fuck to me. That was it. But the comedy was on peasy for me all the way.
No doubt. What about you, Doge?
Yeah, I like the comedy in it too because it's like I don't know, like me too. I'm like into being smart ass and comedy reliefs and shit, you know. So, like like when that shit was funny, like that kind of like that part he was talking about how far away the hospital was because he just broke all their bones and shit. And I was like, it was cool. I liked it.
I liked it too, honestly. I thought, like, again, it was endearing to it. But I think when you compare the two, I think that's what makes it kind of fall a little bit short, is the comedy.
So I gotta rewatch the first one. I didn't get a chance, but there's comedy in that one too.
There
Oh,
is,
all the
not
way.
as much, and it's more subtle, I think. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Like I know you can't really picture Patrick Swayze saying like real funny shit. You know what I mean? Like you'll see maybe a little something kind of witty, just you know what I mean? Whatever. But
I've seen Patrick Swayze very funny. From what that's what I remember from the movie. The first one is he's pretty funny in it because like he'd whoop ass and then say like
no,
a punchline or some shit.
the only movie I can remember, bro, where Patrick Swayze like kind of made me laugh was that one where they were all drag queens and shit because he was funny in that
That's
one, bro.
that's what I was about to say. The Tu Wong Fu with
Wrong
love.
food.
I
Wesley
love
Snipes.
that movie.
oh, he was in that shit. I
I
forgot
love that
about
movie,
that.
dude. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I watched that movie when
Yeah.
I was a kid. That movie had me fucked up, but it was always a funny movie.
yeah.
Wesley Snipes was funny in that shit. What's his
John
John
name?
Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. I'm a
Yeah.
big John Leguizamo fan. So
Me too, bro. Me too. You ever
Yeah.
seen that movie he did called Empire?
Empire, yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen Empire.
That's
That was
my
probably
shit, bro.
that was probably John Leguizamo's one of his best movies.
I
I
think
ain't
so
seen it
too.
in a while, but I've seen it.
I,
It's a good
I
movie.
actually completely forgot about that shit. I want to find it again.
That's
But
my shit, bro.
the Pest was dope.
Oh,
Pest is a classic. Pest is a
Dude,
classic.
fuck. Me and my brother saw that shit when we were when we shouldn't have, and we idolized that. Oh, my mom hated us for a long time. We were pests ourselves.
Luigi in the original Super Mario Brothers and the
yeah, he
classic
Yep.
was.
on.
Yep.
Yep, and then Spawn. Yep,
He's great in John Wick. He's great in John Wick.
Yep.
Another fucking classic.
I did see him in John Wick, and then like, for all the kids too, man. He's in all the Ice Ages and shit like that. Like that dude's very versatile. And have you ever
Bro.
seen him stand up?
Yeah. I've seen his stand up.
Oh
I've seen when
man,
he
that
breaks.
motherfucker's hilarious.
Yeah. He's a big what's it called, influence on my comedy. I watched him when I was a kid, you know what I mean? All this shit, all these actors from back in the day, man, they're
Yep,
great with the people we grew up with.
yep.
Like
He
Patrick Swayze.
did
Patrick
that one
Swayze's fucking
called.
ghost.
He did that one special called Sexaholics. Bro, that's my shit, bro. That one's
That's
so funny.
old.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
so
What's that on?
I don't know. You'd have to look it up real quick what it's available on right now. But fucking, I'm sure you could
What,
YouTube
the
this shit, too.
original? Mm,
It's called Sexaholics.
oh,
But let's get into that for a second here, bro. So, how long have you been doing like actual stage work? Because you've been, like you said, you've been doing routines and doing comedy. You said about 5 years now, but have you been doing stage work the whole time?
What you mean as a stage work?
Like
Like
doing like open mics and like in front of crowds, doing comedy like that, or how?
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I go out at least 2 or 3 times a week. Try to, work out shit from what that I write down in my head. The whole time is you just going on stage and bombing and bombing and bombing and bombing until you finally figure it out. At least for me. I had whatever, like my first few years, like, well, I'm still in my first few years. Like 5 years ain't shit, dog. Like
yeah,
world of comedy, 5 years ain't 5 years is nothing.
Yeah.
It's a scratch on the board. It's like you made it to 5, but like you still figuring shit out. Like at least for me, I can't speak for anybody else. For me, I like some people write. I write, but I write the idea most of the time, and then just like how I think about it in my head, like how I talk to you. I see the crowd as a person, and once the crowd is all with you, have them as one. You speak to that person as one or as a group, like how like I would be talking to you guys, and how I make you guys laugh, and I get to like so reactions when I don't expect them, but I kind of expect them. It's like a formula that comes out crazy, at least for me.
Yeah.
Those guys that write out their entire bit, I don't write the entire bit out until I actually have it figured out on the stage, and I've done it a few times and fucked it up more times than done it right. But you just that one time you get it right, it's like formula hit, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, it's like Dr. Jekyll, like the
Yeah.
fine
Nothing
Dr.
better.
It's like it's a mysterious. It's like a fine fuck up in a way.
No doubt. So what made you get the comedy bug, a few years back? You said it's been about 5 years. So what made you decide to get into it and to take that step?
Oh, bro, just being funny, just talking shit at work. Honestly, just being at work talking shit. My homie from Philly, shout out to my man Duran. Uh, he was like, "Dude, have you ever thought about doing stand up?" Like, I ain't that funny. Fool. Like, no, you're fucking funny. Like, you think so? He was like, yeah, fool, you should try it. And I was like, ah. And he had told me that like 5 years before I even thought about doing comedy.
Yeah.
Like, like I would listen to stand up like on Pandora when I'd be at work and shit, like emptying out trucks. And you just I love stand up like you guys love stand up. So
Yeah.
I would listen to that and be like, wow, I'd think about it like, man, that'd be fucking cool one day to be a comedian, but you never really,
Yeah.
you know, until like I moved here and then I looked it up. I just, out of the blue sky one day, I just looked up open mics and I was like, all right, let me see what's up. Boom. And there's like, you had a scene. There was actually a lot of open mic shit. I'm like, holy shit. And I was 30. I was like, I better get into it before 30 or 31 or whatever it was. I better get into it before I get too old to not do it, or at least be like, fuck, I never tried it.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'm 30. I'm in my 30s. Like the perfect time. I'm not too young. I'm not too old. I can talk about a good fucking viewpoint. I'm a fucking 30-year-old fucking single guy in Denver, and I can talk about how like women are as fucked up as men are and shit like that. Like my life. Like so.
You said when you moved here, are you not originally from Denver?
No, I'm from Arizona. Well, by way of California. I was born in Cali and was in California until I was like 14, and then I moved to Arizona with my grandma when my mom went to prison, and yeah, and then I was in Arizona until I was like 28. When I was 28, I moved over here, and since
Okay.
28, I've been here, or 27.
So what was that comedy scene when you first come to Denver? What does that look like?
Well, this was pre-COVID comedy, but now it's back to normal basically. But
That
like
whole thing,
open mics, man.
bro. Tell me what it was like before COVID, and then tell me what happened when COVID hit and what it turned into there.
Oh, those stages, because now, like I said, it's like back to back to where I was before COVID. Like, uh, when I started, what? How many mics was there? I don't know, like fucking 9 or maybe like 10 mics in the whole week, right? So when I started, I would go to Stonies, the Stonies mic right there. Stonies on. Oh, you're not. Are you in Denver?
Yeah, I'm in Denver. Yeah.
Well, the Stonies on Broadway. They had an open mic on Wednesdays, and I would go there. And I went like 2 or 3 times at first, and I would just like sit there and like fucking, just scope out the scene and shit, see how dudes got down and shit. And I would like introduce myself to a few guys, and I'd tell them like, "Yo, man, I want to try it out. I want to try it out." And they're like, "Do it, man. Just do it. Go up there, sign up. You can sign up." And I'm like, like being a little pussy, no, I don't want, no, I don't know. And then one day I was just like, fuck it. I come, I waste my time here. I sit here for fucking an hour or 2 hours or whatever it was. And I just wonder and wish and just go up there. And I went up there. I got fucking drunk at the bar and I fucking bombed. And I found out, but I hung out with the comics afterwards and they're like, bro, you have something. Like you know how to talk on the mic. You need to learn how to like do it right and like because at first I would like talk too away from me. I thought I was like too loud for
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I would have to figure that out. And one of my homies, shout out to Phil Corridor, he was like, yo, just put that motherfucker on your chin. But, as you go, you learn. But yeah, I talked to the comics and they're always like, just keep doing it, man, keep doing it. And I wasn't
That's
going to stop doing it. Like, once I did it, I was like, fuck it, I'm here. You know what I mean? What am I going to do? And then I got my first laugh and I was like, oh, shit, this is what it is. And I was like, fuck, after saying the same bullshit, or at least working it and like seeing what work, like I say, work, seeing what the formula works. You gotta stir that bitch up sometimes. And yeah, just fucking the first 2 years, bombing. I've got like maybe 5 laughs in those bombing, bombing, bombing. And then in my second year, the 2.5 years, my second year, because that's when COVID hit. I was in like a year before COVID hit, and then COVID hit what 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I hit my first 2 year. COVID hit the week after I did Comedy Works, and that's when I got my first big laugh. Like I did a comedy club, and I got my first big laugh. In those first 2 years, I had already went to like Wyoming and like did mics outside. I had been doing mics like outside the state and like within the city in Colorado Springs. So within Colorado, I felt confident, as in being a little bar comic. And then I got the opportunity to do New Faces on Comedy Works, and it was a real crowd. And like I saw the lights, it was like fucking, oh shit, this is it. I was like, holy
Real.
fuck! And I had been practicing the jokes that I had got the big laugh in a bar. Like when I had got my first laugh off a joke, which is one of them is called La Cochina. I still do the jokes to this day as a closer. It's like it used to be a 2 minute, 3 minute joke that now it has turned into 5, depending on how I can, break down the
Yeah.
story and how much time I got. It could be a 5, 6 minute joke now from built from like 2 other stories that I had just told you in the set. So I ended with Cochina, and at that time it was like what I would call like a good 10 minute set that I made. 10 minute set came from 3 minutes that I had to work with on Comedy Works, which is
Yeah.
just basically a bio, like a breakdown in a bio of me. Like, I grew up in a 2-bedroom, 4-family house with a big backyard, little shed in the corner where my uncle stayed, shit like that. Like, because that's true.
Yeah.
I grew up like that. So I work out these words and finally got to Comedy Works and like see the lights and like, holy shit, I'm fucking here. And you just see people like clapping, blah, 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 all these white people looking at you like, let's see you laugh. You're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, because that's what Comedy Works is. It's like that's the white club. Not to say nothing. I love you, Comedy Works. If you guys, anybody at Comedy Works sees this, I love you guys. No distance. You guys broke my cherry for a big crowd.
That's dope.
But yeah, Comedy Works is a fucking the first time. So I do these 3 minutes. I actually go over my time, and they cut my mic off because that's what they do. Like if you go over your time, they cut you off. Bullshit. So yeah, I do it, and people like tell me like, bro, you're a fucking killer. I was like, when they call you that in comedy, when they say you're a fucking killer, that's when you can kill crowds. And like in comedy, that's the highest respect your peers can give you if they call you a killer. And they called me a killer, and I was like, oh, I got this shit. Like, it's like when you fucking finally beat the big boss on a video game, man. It's like no other feeling in the world when you finally kill. You're like, oh fuck yeah, dude. I fucking did this shit. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe my stupid fucking words that I put together in some fucking weird rap it worked, and it's like fucking crazy. People come up to you after the club or the set, and they're like, "You were fucking funny, man. Like, you made me slap my knee, or you made me fucking, you made my stomach hurt." When somebody told me that shit, man. Like when I hosted for this guy named Polar Bear at the Improv, and I did improv, and that improv is like you have to work for that laugh more because it's our people. It's like white people, brown people, and black people that just got out of work and shit. They ain't
Mm.
trying to. You gotta. They're looking at you like you gotta make me laugh, motherfucker. Like
Mhm.
this white trash lady that just fucking got a babysitter by some chance, and she fucking don't want to hear no bullshit. She here to fucking eat some wings and laugh. You know what I mean? And she don't want to hear no bullshit. And that's how I see it. You know what I mean? Make these motherfuckers laugh. Earn that motherfucker. So when I killed improv 2 nights in a row, I was the highest shit. And then I went to an open mic on Monday thinking I was the fucking shit. And I bombed my fucking ass off. Like walking out of improv, I was like, I fucking got this shit, motherfucker. I'm a killer. I ain't motherfucker. Nobody fucking with me, man. I went outside. People were like, you were funnier than the guy that you opened for. And I was like, oh, that fucking feels awesome. So going with all that energy to the fucking open mic, you think you the shit. Everybody's like, hey, man, I heard you fucking killed it at the improv. Fuck yeah, man. Get all this respect. And you bombed.
It's like they say, my brother. Like they say, any given
Delane,
Sunday, you know.
Delane went to my show and seen me bomb. He says I didn't bomb, but I bombed. To me, I bombed. I know I did. So he's seen the pain I had on my face bombing.
No,
It's a
Did he
fucking,
no.
bomb?
it's
Did he
a
bomb great?
bad,
I
it's a
felt like he
bad.
was too hard on himself because fucking Luis and I were talking about it, and it's people were cold and shit. It was outside, you know what I mean?
It
So I
was
mean,
a multitude of fucking terrible shit, but still there.
It's like the
I
perfect
bombed.
storm of bullshit, huh?
What do you do? Do you rap? What is your background and your ultra hobbies besides podcast?
Well,
Masturbation. Hey, wait,
That's
real.
all of us.
Hey, real quick. Did you ever perform over there? I think there's like an improv at the Stapleton area off I-70.
Yeah, that's where I went and I did the show.
That's
That show
tight.
was shit like last August. It's been a while, but I go there all the time to go hang out with the
But
homies and shit and just bullshit.
yeah, me and my mom went there and we saw a Chingo Bling do stand up and shit. That was a
oh,
pretty cool spot.
dope.
When? Last year?
No, it's probably at least 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, word. I
Yeah,
was trying to open up for him this last time he was here.
yeah.
I'm,
But
I'm
no,
trying to open up for Alfred Robles. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's coming up, and that's a good open.
yeah, yeah. I love stand up comedy. I always like to check out those shows. But whenever I go visit Denver, I'll have to hit you up and I'll see what's cracking too and go check it out.
Yeah, man, come through, man. It's a good time. I know, depending on the day you come, I know a bunch of spots to go and fucking see people bomb and eat shit. It's, it's the best shit. It's the best shit to see your fucking see people bomb. Even me,
Wow.
I be laughing in the back. I'm like, I'll take it hard. I take it hard when it's like a show. A mic, if you bomb out a mic, we just laugh about it. Like, fuck, dog. You see that bullshit I was saying up there? We just bullshit and laugh. But when it's a show, oh, that's when it hurts. You're like, oh, what the fuck? I knew all my shit. I was thinking this. I was doing this. And we just like
Oh fuck.
bullshit. You just eat dick. Eating dick is the worst shit, dude. It's the worst shit ever. It's like, when you hear people go, look at you like,
What?
you're like, fuck, man. Damn, I thought I was funny. Shit.
all right. That would put your ego in check real quick, wouldn't it?
To my defense, I can say, whenever it's a big, good crowd, like that's ready, like I've never bombed that comedy works, and I've never bombed that improv. So I can't say I've bombed that like a place of essentials. And whenever it's been a good show, like shout out to my homegirl Christy Lee. She does a show down in Winter Park. down in the mountains. You wouldn't expect a lot of people to show up, but these people show up. And she fills up a room with like 200 or 250 people.
Yeah.
And
That's dope.
I opened that motherfucker and I murdered that shit. At improv, I hosted. Hosting is way different than stand up, which it's one and the same, but it's different because hosting, you got to keep up the energy. You got to talk about the specials and shit, but at the same time, keep the energy, bullshit with the crowd, talk, and and then get into your set, and at the same time, still be a host. It's a fucking bitch as a host, but it's fun. You just come back,
Sounds
especially
like
because you can
bro.
come back. You can come back and make like one or two jokes and shit, like, "Oh shit, look at you, you still looking good, girl," or whatever. You know what I mean? It's fucking. It's another muscle of stand up that. But my dad used to MC. My dad used to MC clubs too. He was a DJ on the radio, so that's where I can get where I get that from too. My voice and like being a storyteller and like being able to like change into like different characters on stage and shit. As for like
Hell
when
yeah.
I'm talking about like, say, I have this joke about paying a hooker to be a wrestler. So like I switch into her character like, oh, what do you want me to do to you, daddy? And like on stage I'm like, you know what I mean? Like she slammed me like this, and shit like that. And it's just fucking,
It
it's different.
sounds like shit Doja used to do back in the day.
Fuck. I know. Fuck.
Yeah,
Hey,
I got some
tell me
wild
some of
jokes.
your early comedy influences, like some of your stand-up people you studied.
George Lopez, of course. Fuck.
I'm taking to go see
Cheech and
Fluffy.
Chong.
I'm taking
Fucking.
one of my daughters to go see Fluffy this Saturday.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
fuck
dope.
yeah.
See, that's a legend right there. And the guy that I'm trying to open for, Alfred Robles, he's one of Fluffy's counterparts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he knows Fluffy. So shit, man. If I can perform good in front of that motherfucker, man, you never fucking know.
Where's
I'm
he
willing to give
performing
up a
at?
good, huh? At the
Where's
improv.
he? Oh, where's
No,
Fluffy going at?
no, we're gonna be at that fucking bitch ass ball arena, Pepsi Center.
Ah, $14 beers.
Yeah,
The-
15, I think.
That's right. $15 beers. Yeah,
Fuck.
Fluffy, man.
Yeah,
Shit,
who
man. That'd be
else
awesome
though?
to get
Who
on
else
that.
been some of your influences? You said George Lopez and who else?
Fluffy, Felipe Esparza, Andrew Scholes, fucking Krista Stefano, a bunch of people, man. Even people I just hang out with, like at the spot. Just, people every day that I just hang out with that are funny influence me. You know what I mean?
All right, how
You
about
guys, like, you know what I mean?
give me your top 3 comedians all time.
Oh, well, shit, all time. Well, it always changes. Like fucking the guy's kids on the Iron Mask. Who I would say Robin Harris from Bebe's Kids, the guy that wrote Bebe's Kids, Robin Harris, rest in peace. Andrew Scholes. And third, storytelling wise, because that's like I'm a storyteller in the stand up for the most part. George Lopez.
George?
Yeah,
Okay.
George. Even though he's a fucking asshole, but yeah.
Like me personally, bro, I'm a Richard Pryor dude. Like he's always my top. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like George Carlin's like somewhere kind of close to him. And
Oh,
then
you know what? I gotta take out Andrew Schultz. I gotta put Eddie Murphy and then Robin Harris and then whoever was last.
yep.
Eddie
Right.
Murphy's
Eddie was
man,
dope.
dog.
I wish Eddie would come back and do a new one, man. Do a new stand-up. That'd be awesome.
That'd be fucking
Yeah,
cool.
but Charlie is funny too, man. Rest in peace.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Well,
Charlie.
Charlie had to learn how to do
Charlie
stand up
and
in his
George.
30s.
I got to see both them motherfuckers.
Paul
What? Really?
Mooney too. He's dope.
I
Charlie
saw
had to
that
learn how to
same
do
show,
stand up in his 40s and shit.
Hey, You know who I liked was Robin Williams' stand up. Fuck, that guy was funny.
He
And
was.
I
Yeah,
and forever I just thought he was a family dude. You know, I never knew that he was raw like that. And I was like, what
Hey,
the fuck?
that motherfucker was on mad young.
now
Yeah.
you
He
talk
was
about
wild young.
and you were talking about being cocaine and shit. That motherfucker was out of his mind and shit doing stand up back in the day.
I know a few fields that get wild busy, and I ain't never seen no shit like that. It's only like I ain't never seen no wait. I've seen a comic or two that are crazy, but never like that.
Yeah.
I
So
seen
that
a guy stick a fucking plunger up his ass.
Oh man,
Wilding.
that ain't funny. Fuck that.
You gotta
hey,
laugh.
Carlin said it's only funny till someone gets hurt, then it's hilarious.
Hey, I'm right. It got stuck in his ass, I think. My mic.
Ah,
What
fuck.
about him?
That guy
But
comes to my mic. I've shaken his hand.
damn,
Shout out to my
Well,
guy John Henry.
glad you
I put
didn't
his
shake,
name out there.
glad you didn't shake the plunger though.
Oh no! It's a show called Dead Room, and in the Dead Room, you have like a minute to break the crowd because the crowd they tell them don't laugh no matter what. Try to keep people
Oh,
laughing.
that's
So you're meant to bomb. You gotta go up there and fucking try your fucking damnedest to make these motherfuckers laugh. And I've seen guys do some wild shit.
cool. I like that concept, bro. That's pretty tough.
I've seen some guys do some wild shit.
well that Sexaholics by John Leguizamo is on YouTube or Amazon for $7.99 or HBO. It's an HBO.
Damn, $7.99? What the fuck is? See, this is why I miss Hollywood Video, bro. They need to bring back Hollywood Video.
Or Blockbuster,
Blockbuster.
right?
But they're not gonna make
Damn.
DVDs anymore. They're not making DVDs anymore.
Fucking
Yeah.
Hollywood Video. Talk about a throwback.
Now
Have you guys?
the only place you can like go out and rent something is like a Redbox, huh?
Oh, they're breaking those down too now.
Yep.
I don't even have I don't have those in my town.
You don't have anything in your town.
Nah.
those are
Drugs.
those are the consequences, and that's the truth.
You guys have
Ah.
meth. That's it.
Yeah, fuck.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. I just did a show with a guy from Burke. Shout out to what was his name? Zach Abeda. I just did a show with him. Yeah, they're fucking New Mexico people, man. You New Mexico people are something different. There's something
Hey,
different out there.
you do
How
shows in
many ghosts?
Albuquerque?
No, God no.
Oh.
He said, "God no."
No, I'm playing. I want to go do shows in Albuquerque. They have a festival called the Funny Fiesta. I want to go down there, and they say it's a good scene.
Hell yeah.
How
That'd be
close are
cool.
you to Burke?
2 hours south.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
In the middle of nowhere.
You're in the middle of nowhere.
We send smoke signals around here.
Damn, son.
That's
How
why
do
you
you?
hit down all the time.
Is weed even legal over there?
Tumbleweeds.
What you guys call it, huh?
Now, you know what? We have the Rocky Mountain cannabis here, so I still be blowing Colorado weed.
Really?
Yeah.
Countries out there.
So that's pretty cool. We have like 7 dispensaries here. It's kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And they're like, how big is your town?
I think there's like 9,000 people.
People, I guess.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
I don't know.
everybody, huh?
Everybody's like related, so like I don't date and shit, so it might be my cousin or something.
Well,
There's
depending
already
on how
enough.
far away she is,
He
There's
said, "So I
already
don't shit."
there's a there's already
how
enough
far away does she live?
there's already enough inbred retards here as it is.
That's all in New Mexico, is it?
There's a bunch of DTDs.
Oh shit, there's
People be having eyes down here and shit.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Grim?
There's hot springs.
Oh yeah, that's what it's famous for. That's what it used to be called, was hot springs.
Why is it called
It's
Truth or Consequences now?
because of a game show that was here. Like they used to film it here and shit. It was some kind of game show, so they changed the name to that.
Word.
Oh,
Word.
that's crazy. I never knew
So,
that.
is there
Yeah.
any
But
development going on?
the hot springs is pretty dope though. Like you could sit in them and it overlooks the river and shit. It's pretty tight.
Word.
They call
And
You
it
then
ever gotten
Taylor
some ass?
Sea.
huh?
You ever gotten some ass there?
Yeah. And then you gotta watch the. You gotta depend on which hot tubs you go to, because there'll be, you just gotta watch the stuff that floats around in the water.
Also, you're telling me there's been a condom in there.
No, I'm talking about straight sperms.
Oh, damn. Well, they're hot springs. They're supposed to melt away, right?
Yeah, it's good for this. It's good for the skin.
They say.
It's rejuvenating, resperminating.
All that vitamin C.
Okay.
Moisturizer.
I have some stories about the
I'm
hot
sure you have some
springs.
moisturizer, you sick bastard.
Oh fuck.
So,
Yes.
with all of that being said, what is our final word here on the fucking Roadhouse comparisons, fellas?
I say I go with the old one.
You would go with the old one over the new one, but would you recommend both?
Yes.
And
How about this? We'll give them each thumbs up, and then pick one over the other. How
I'll give
about
them
that?
both a thumb up, not two.
Hey,
I'm not gonna give
you
them
can't
two. I'll
you
give them
can't
one.
do thumbs up. Only I can. See? Watch. Where's my bubble? See my bubbles?
look at me, I got fireworks.
Hey,
I,
calm down on there,
I'll give it.
fireworks.
I,
I'll give it two thumbs up. Fuck it, why not?
I
so
would give it two thumbs, but I'm lighting a my other thumb's a little busy right now.
Why the hell does it only do it when it wants to?
I think it's a myth. I think it never worked in the first place for you. I think you're full of shit.
You, you didn't see the fireworks?
Oh yeah,
Fire!
I saw the firework. No, but I saw the thumb last week too.
Yeah, dude, there's fireworks behind me when I was doing this. There was freaking fireworks going, and then last week I went like this, and a thumb came up, and I was like, "What the hell?"
This
Yeah.
fucking Skype nonsense. Fuck all. Let's start from the top. All right, Grim. Which ones get thumbs up, and you're picking which one over what?
Oh, I give them both thumbs up, but see, there's fireworks.
Works. Yeah.
Ah, what?
But
Yeah.
like I said, I just feel like the original had a better feel to it. The new one was dope for its own reasons. If it wasn't a remake, I would say it would be better. But because it is, in comparison, I would pick the original.
Right?
I like them both.
Both of them thumbs up.
Both of them thumbs up
But which one you choosing?
for the new one.
The new one. Okay. What about you, Doge?
Two thumbs.
Two thumbs.
Two thumbs up the bum.
I knew he was gonna say that, and then there's a little thumbs up, of course.
Three
Which
And
one?
thumbs.
then
Which one you picking?
the new one.
New one, huh? Okay. So two for the new. All right. Well, I also will give it two thumbs up. And I'm picking the fucking old one, bro. You ain't
Uh,
take Gyllenhaal over Swayze for me. Fuck all that shit. So I guess we're tied for our panel today as far as our comparison goes. But that's cool. That's good for controversy. Leaves it open ended for discussion. So leave all of your comments or concerns beneath the window down here.
Fuck yeah.
So tell me something, my brother. What do you got coming up? You got any shows coming up, or what you got going on this summer?
Summer, balling in Boulder. I'm by the water, getting some fucking swimming on in the river or the creek, whatever they call it. Kind of go, just always staying active, trying to do shit, hiking, doing comedy. Hoping to do shows all over the city. I always get booked randomly, so and in the summertime, for some reason, they like booking Latinos. So
So any of
hopefully,
our listeners, if they're trying to check you out, where can they find you?
You can find me every Tuesday at the Hangover Bar, doing the Hangover mic. That's my open mic that I do. And then after that, I go to the Scruffy Murphys over there on 21st and Curtis. You can find me roaming and talking shit at the roast battles at White Right. You can catch me anywhere in the city, really. But, on Mondays, I'd be at the what is it, the Irish Rover on Broadway. Tuesdays, like I said, my mic, Hangover Bar, 770 Sheridan Boulevard, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Buffy Murphy's at 10 o'clock. Rachel Neal, Wednesdays, you can go to Wide right there on about 21st and Curtis as well. Wide Right Comedy Bar.
Where can they find on social media, or do you have anything out on YouTube?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Raymond Aces. On Instagram, you can find me at Ace in the Hole, Ace, ACE_INTHA_hole.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Well, everybody, make sure you go check out our homeboy Ray here, and make sure you send him a follow and a like. Spread some of that love around. We're all about showing some love around here at the Dro Bro Show. So, so what do y'all got? Some closing thoughts, Grim Doge?
I'll answer that in a minute. Go ahead, Grim.
Closing thoughts is I don't know, a kick in the face solves everything.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Kick in the face or a laugh to get you by, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you, my brother Ray, for being a guest today and for helping us out with our Roadhouse comparison. We appreciate you coming on the show, and wish you many blessings going on your comedy adventures. And hopefully we get to see you sometime this summer, and we get to collaborate again. Maybe we could help promote something that you got coming up.
Okay, man. Come out to a show sometime.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd like that.
Sure.
And
See you guys
for
later.
those there, if you have any other suggestions as far as movie reviews, make sure you put them in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our channels, all of our socials. Give us some fucking cool feedback, man. Let us know what you guys are thinking. Let us know what you're feeling. Let us know what you're trying to have us cover as far as artists go, as far as movies go. Tell us what you're feeling about the wrestling world and what's going on in that shit. Check these fools out on their show. What's it called? There's a lot more shit coming up. You guys got another episode coming out this week, or is there next week, or when's the next one coming out?
It's to be announced.
Oh,
But
still to be announced. Okay.
We have to keep it undercover, and then we just boom, just right there, it's out.
Spontaneous combustion. I'm with it.
Give the sneak peek on what it's about.
No.
I look. Those don't want to let it out the bag.
No.
Okay.
But we already have the next I think 4 or 5 episodes planned out. We just haven't recorded them and done it yet. But
oh yeah, we'll be on the lookout for that. Well, we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. All y'all definitely need to be on the lookout too for the Vicious interview series. My soon-to-be guest coming on is going to be our very own Grim X over here. Is going to be one of the guests coming up soon, and we're going to get into some of his story and his testimony and what's going to happen with some of our other aspirations going forward as far as our spiritual journey show. So be prepared, y'all. We got a lot more stuff coming up, bigger and better things. So stay tuned. This has been episode 12. Fuck, can you believe it? 12 episodes already. 12 episodes of the Dro Bro Show. So thank y'all for kicking it with us. Thank you for listening and sticking around. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. Dro Bros.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Thank you, everybody, for peeping out the Dro Bro Show. Please don't forget to follow on all socials for all three of us and subscribe.